In a world still navigating profound economic uncertainty and geopolitical shifts, one area is showing remarkable and accelerated progress: gender equality. The year 2025 has brought with it a sense of cautious optimism, as data from the World Economic Forum's latest Global Gender Gap report reveals significant strides forward. The Global Gender Gap, which measures the disparity between men and women across key areas of life, now stands at 68.8% closed. This figure represents a tangible leap, demonstrating that dedicated policies and persistent activism are indeed moving the needle. It is a testament to the collective effort of governments, organizations, and individuals who believe that a more equal world is not only a moral imperative, but an economic necessity for everyone. The most encouraging news is the acceleration of this progress. Just last year, in 2024, the projection for achieving full gender parity was a daunting 132 years. Today, that timeline has been dramatically shortened to 123 years. We have effectively shaved nearly a decade off the long road to equality in just 12 months. This acceleration signals that we have moved past the stagnation caused by the recent global pandemic and are now on a faster trajectory. It proves that when we focus our resources and political will on closing these gaps, the results can be swift and impactful, creating a powerful momentum that we must work to sustain in the years ahead. This progress is not uniform across all sectors, of course. Since the first report was published in 2006, we have seen incredible gains in certain areas. The number of women in senior leadership roles, as legislators, senior officials, and managers, has seen a remarkable 17.5 percentage point increase in its parity score. Similarly, women's presence in professional and technical fields has grown by 7.3 percentage points. These advancements are crucial because they place more women in positions of influence, where they can shape policies and corporate cultures from within, ensuring that the ladder of opportunity is extended to those who follow them. However, these positive trends are tempered by persistent challenges. While more women are entering politics, holding 12.6 percentage points more ministerial positions and 14.7 percentage points more seats in legislative bodies than in 2006, their influence is still limited in critical domains. Women remain significantly underrepresented in the very portfolios that shape our economic future and national security, such as finance, defense, and infrastructure. This imbalance is particularly concerning in today's complex global landscape, where diverse perspectives are needed more than ever to navigate challenges and build a resilient, inclusive, and prosperous future for all nations and their people. So, which countries are leading the charge in this global effort? For the 16th consecutive year, Iceland stands firmly at the top of the rankings, having closed an incredible 93% of its overall gender gap. It remains the only country to have surpassed the 90% threshold, a gold standard. Iceland's success is the result of decades of deliberate policy making. Strong parental leave for mothers and fathers, legally mandated equal pay certification, and a political culture that elevates women to top offices have woven gender equality into Iceland's national fabric. Following closely are Nordic neighbors dominating the top. Finland, second, 88% closed. Celebrated for world-class education and a government led by women focused on holistic well-being. Norway, third, 87%. Generous paternity leave, corporate board gender quotas, and universal childcare. Sweden, pioneer of feminist policies and shared parenting, ranks fifth at 85%. These countries prove structural support, not rhetoric, creates sustainable equality. Progress extends far beyond Europe. The 2025 top 10 is diverse and global. New Zealand, fourth, 86%, with progressive labor laws and respect for indigenous women's rights. Rwanda, sixth, 84%, boasting the highest share of female parliament members in the world. Ireland, 83%. Germany, 82%. Namibia, 81%. The Philippines, 80%, rounding out the top 10. Each nation brings unique reforms, resilience, and commitment to empowering women and girls. Here's a quick look at the 2025 leaders. These nations aren't just closing gaps, they're creating blueprints for the world. They show what's possible when gender equality is a core priority for growth and cohesion. In the sections that follow, we'll dive deeper into what these countries are doing right and what we can learn from them. For an astonishing 16 consecutive years, Iceland has held the top position on the Global Gender Gap Index, with over 93% of its gender gap closed. The country's success is a masterclass in policy, activism, and cultural change. One groundbreaking initiative, the Equal Pay Certification Law, instituted in 2017. It requires companies with more than 25 employees to prove equal pay for equal work. The burden of proof is on the employer, not the employee. That turns enforcement proactive. Political empowerment matches this economic focus. In 2023, Kristrún Frostadóttir's government formed. It was the first time the cabinet had more women than men. Women held 6 of 11 ministerial posts. Both the president and prime minister were women at the same time. Visibility matters. Women leading national institutions sends a powerful message. Iceland also values caregiving. Parental leave, 6 months paid to each parent. A portion is non-transferable to encourage fathers to participate. Fathers' average leave days rose from 93 in 2019 to 131 in 2021. This builds stronger family bonds and more engaged fathers. Iceland also admits it still faces challenges. A persistent gender pay gap remains, driven by occupational segregation, care, education, engineering, finance. The Icelandic model treats equality as a continuous journey. Hot on Iceland's heels is its Nordic neighbor, Finland. Finland holds the second-place ranking with an impressive 88% of its gender gap closed. Finland's success is deeply rooted in a long-standing commitment to education as the great equalizer. The country's world-renowned education system is built on principles of equity, ensuring every child, regardless of gender or background, has access to high-quality learning from early childhood onwards. This has resulted in near-perfect parity in educational attainment, providing Finnish women with a powerful foundation for economic and political participation. Over the past 2 decades, this has translated into a remarkable 5.4 percentage point increase in labor force participation parity, the largest improvement among the top-ranked Nordic nations, proving that investing in girls' education pays long-term economic dividends. Finland has also made extraordinary strides in the arena of political empowerment. The country has achieved an incredible 100% parity in ministerial roles, meaning there is an equal number of men and women serving in the highest echelons of government. Women hold over 85% of the seats in parliament relative to men, creating a critical mass of female legislators who can champion policies that benefit women and families. Family balance, mental health, and social welfare. The Finnish approach is characterized by a quiet, determined pragmatism. By normalizing the concept of a dual-earner household and a dual-carer household, Finland has helped to dismantle the traditional gender roles that can limit women's career progression and men's involvement in family life. Finland's journey illustrates the powerful synergy between education and political will. This self-reinforcing loop is the engine of Finland's success, offering a powerful lesson on tackling gender inequality on multiple fronts to create lasting change. In the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, Rwanda stands as a powerful and unexpected leader in gender equality, ranking 6th in the world. Its most stunning achievement lies in the realm of political empowerment. As of 2025, women constitute an incredible 63.8% of the lower house of the Rwandan parliament, the highest share of female parliamentary representation anywhere on the globe. This is not a statistical anomaly. It is a direct and intentional outcome of the nation's post-genocide reconstruction. After the horrific 1994 genocide, which left the population majority female, Rwanda embarked on rebuilding that placed gender equity at its core. The foundation was laid in the country's new constitution, adopted in 2003. That document included a mandatory 30% gender quota for decision-making at the local level and in the national parliament. The law acted as a powerful accelerant, ensuring women were guaranteed a significant number of seats. Successive elections exceeded the quota, reaching an average of 60%. Female leadership became normal, necessary, and effective. With a critical mass of women in parliament, legislation shifted toward issues vital to women and families. Stronger laws against gender-based violence, reforms to land and inheritance rights, and increased investment in maternal and child health. But significant challenges remain. High parliamentary numbers haven't fully translated into economic empowerment or social equality for many, especially in rural areas. True gender equality requires a multifaceted approach beyond the halls of parliament to tackle deep economic and cultural barriers. Ranking fourth globally, New Zealand has long been a progressive force for gender equality, a reputation it earned as the first country in the world to grant women the right to vote in 1893. Today, its success is built on a modern and inclusive approach to leadership, combined with a deep and growing commitment to honoring the rights of its indigenous Maori population. This has been supported by progressive labor laws that promote pay equity and flexible working conditions. A distinguishing feature of New Zealand's approach is its focus on intersectionality, particularly the rights of Indigenous women. By championing initiatives that support Indigenous women's health, education, and economic development, New Zealand is building a more holistic and equitable model of progress. This inclusive spirit extends to its social policies, which are designed to support all families. New Zealand offers paid parental leave for both parents and has continuously worked to improve its accessibility and generosity. This, combined with a strong public education system and universal health care, creates a robust social safety net. The country's leadership has also been globally recognized for its empathetic handling of crises. New Zealand's consistent high ranking is a testament to its ability to evolve and adapt its approach to equality. By weaving respect for Indigenous rights into its gender equality agenda, New Zealand offers a unique and powerful model for other multicultural nations to follow, showing that a truly equal society is one that lifts up all of its people. Ranking 10th in the world, the Philippines stands out as a remarkable success story in the Asian region. The country's strong performance is anchored in education and economic empowerment. For many years, the Philippines has effectively closed the gender gap in educational attainment, with more women than men enrolled in secondary and tertiary education. This long-term investment in educating girls has created a large, highly skilled female workforce, which has become a powerful engine for the nation's economy, and a remarkable rise in female entrepreneurship. This dynamism is supported by a strong legal framework. The Magna Carta of Women, passed in 2009, aims to eliminate discrimination and promote Filipino women's rights. The country's success is visible in health and survival, nearly closed the gender gap. Political representation remains a challenge, yet the Philippines has a history of women reaching the presidency, a powerful symbolic impact. Despite the ranking, challenges remain. Benefits are uneven. Many women in rural areas and impoverished areas still face barriers. Still, the Philippines shows how leveraging education creates a domino effect, greater economic participation, and a stronger voice for women in society. As we have journeyed across the globe, from the icy landscapes of Iceland to the vibrant cities of Rwanda and the Philippines, a clear pattern of success emerges. Here's the blueprint: 6 common success factors. The first and most impactful of these is parental leave, providing generous, paid leave for both parents and often reserving a non-transferable portion for fathers, actively rebalancing the scales of caregiving. The second critical element is a deep investment in education. ensuring girls and boys have equal access to high-quality education from an early age. Political and corporate representation is another non-negotiable pillar. The use of gender quotas for parliamentary seats, as in Rwanda and Mexico, or for corporate boards, as in Norway, has proven to be a powerful tool for accelerating change. These measures act as a crowbar to pry open doors long closed to women. This is reinforced by robust legal reforms that make equality enforceable. Laws mandating equal pay, protecting against harassment, and securing reproductive rights. Finally, the blueprint includes economic empowerment and media representation. When a girl sees a woman leading her country, running a major company, or reporting the news, it expands her sense of what is possible. Looking toward the year 2040, the future of gender equality appears cautiously optimistic, filled with both immense potential and persistent challenges. Furthermore, the energy and activism of youth-led movements in developing countries could dramatically accelerate progress, potentially closing their gender gaps 30 to 40 years sooner than current global projections suggest. The ongoing technological revolution presents a unique opportunity to de-gender the world of work. The rise of artificial intelligence, automation, and remote work has the potential to remove many of the physical and structural barriers that have historically limited women's participation in certain fields. However, we must temper this optimism with a dose of realism. The most stubborn barrier to full parity remains political empowerment. The global gap in this area is a staggering 162 years, a figure that highlights the deep-seated resistance to sharing power. Another significant structural obstacle is the persistent segregation of the labor market. Professions dominated by women, care, healthcare, and education, are systematically undervalued and underpaid. Closing the gender gap will require not only equal pay for equal work, but also a fundamental reevaluation of the economic worth of people-centric sectors. The data and stories from 2025 paint a clear and compelling picture. Gender equality is not just a social cause, it is a critical economic and moral priority, a strategy that creates a rising tide, lifting all boats. When women participate fully in the economy, it boosts national GDP, increases innovation, and enhances corporate performance. When women lead in politics, it leads to more inclusive policies and more stable, peaceful societies. The progress we have celebrated is real and significant, but it is also fragile. It requires constant vigilance, sustained investment, and the unwavering courage to challenge a status quo that has benefited from inequality for centuries. Ultimately, the quest for gender equality is a quest for a better world for everyone. It is about creating societies where our daughters and our sons have the same freedom to pursue their dreams, building economies that are more resilient, innovative, and prosperous. This is the promise of gender parity, a promise that is slowly but surely coming into view. It falls to all of us, as governments, as companies, and as individuals, to carry this momentum forward and to finally complete the unfinished business of the 20th century, building a truly equal world for the generations of the 21st.